Hi fellow Aussies, I'm very sorry to tell you, but when you're using an Australian card overseas, Australian money overseas, you're going to get screwed by the banks. My tips after living in Europe for a year when it comes to using your money: if you have to use an ATM, make sure you use a Euronet Blue ATM. You'll be charged $14 Australian for using the ATM, but any other ATM will be charging you around $20, which is $6 more per withdrawal. If you're unlucky and you're with Commonwealth Bank like I am, unfortunately you're going to get scammed. For every $150 you take out from an ATM, you'll pay upwards of $14 as an extra charge. It will come as an international charge. Even if you're using your debit card, you will also get charged. You'll have a bad exchange rate, which is about 10% off what the actual exchange rate is if you look on Google. And that's if you're paying for anything like over the counter, with paying with an FPOS machine. And you also get an international charge, which is 3% fee. So 3%, like if you use $150, you're going to get charged $15 in international fee. I think around there. My recommendations is, like, a trick that I learned is, if you're going to a supermarket like Lidl or Interspa, which are like Aldi's in Europe, and they're everywhere, Lidl and Interspa, you can withdraw cash while you're paying for groceries. That way you avoid the $14 ATM charge, but you still get charged the bad exchange conversion and the 3% fee. I highly recommend a crypto card like Centra or tenx. That way what you do is you buy Bitcoin using exchange, you send Bitcoin to these cards, and then you use these cards with like an FPOS, at any FPOS or ATM. They have $2.50 withdrawal ATM fee, and they also have perfect exchange rates. So if you use your card, you're getting the exact exchange, and that's where the Commonwealth Bank and other Australian banks rip you off, because your exchange is actually like 10% off what the actual exchange is if you look online. So for example, Australian to Euro, normally you should get, like, when you withdraw 100 Australian, you should be getting like 70 Euro or 65 Euro, but you get like around 55, so you get ripped off a little bit. Another recommendation is, before you go traveling to Europe, get a Citibank card. Citibank card has sometimes no ATM fees on most of the Euronet ATMs, which saves you $14 per withdrawal. So say you're withdrawing $200 or $500, you're going to be paying $14 if you're not with Citibank. Citibank card is really good. Another thing you can do is, the exchange rate is really good with the Citibank cards. What other tips have I learned when living in Europe? The best, like, if you are with Commonwealth Bank, and unfortunately if you are in Europe and it's hard to get your Citibank card because you need to fill out forms, the best way is use your debit card. So your normal savings card, sorry. So on the FPOS machines and at the ATM, use your savings card. You're still going to be paying that $14 fee, but you're not going to be paying $20, and the percent is less on the withdrawal fee. So the international withdrawal fee is actually lower. Unfortunately, you're going to be paying a lot of fees. Like, expect at least 10% on extra on any withdrawal or exchange rate, unless you're with Citibank or using these cryptocurrency cards. So tips: get a Citibank card. Use your savings card to pay with the FPOS. If you use your debit card, you're going to be paying like another 3% on top. Don't use PayPass, and get a cryptocurrency card and use at the supermarkets like Interspa. Pay for your groceries and withdraw cash. That way you're not paying for the ATM fee, but you are paying the exchange rate and the international purchase rate, which is 3%. Unfortunately, the banks are really bad in Australia. Like, they're really ripping off Australian customers, and something should be done about this, like with the government stuff, because they're taking 2 times. Like, they're double charging us. They're saying that they're charging us, and they're taking this 3% international fee for using overseas, but at the same time they're actually triple charging you. They're giving you a really bad exchange rate, so they're making like 10% on exchange rate. They charge you a 3% international fee, which comes up as a second charge in your bank account. So you have your, say you pay for something $150, you also have another like $7 or $15 percent fee international charge, so it'll come up as 2 transactions on your account. And then so the bad exchange rate, they're charging you international fee, and they're charging an ATM fee on top of that. So we're getting really ripped off. The Australian government should do something. Hopefully there's some way to petition them. If someone knows, like, write to your local representative or write to your MP and say the banks need to be put in line when it comes to these international fees. So Citibank card, good recommendation. Probably the best way to travel if you get a Citibank card. And you can see this on many websites. Like if you Google which is the best international card to use while traveling, it will come up as Citibank, or the cryptocurrency cards. And I can't wait for actually my Centra card. I'm getting Centra card and a tenx card because it's perfect exchange rate, like really perfect exchange rate. Citibank doesn't even do that. It's better than the Commonwealth Bank, and you don't have these ridiculous fees, but the exchange rate's not perfect. With the cryptocurrency cards, the exchange rate is perfect, and they don't have ATM fees, or if they do, it's like a $2.50 ATM fee like in Australia. Thank you for listening. Keep subscribe, and I'll upload more videos.